Hello class, I'm Professor Rogers. This is Physics 201 for Spring 2015. It's a hybrid course, and what that means is we'll be doing the lectures and homeworks and tests all completely online, and the labs will be in class. So let me just give you a quick walkthrough of the Blackboard page. The announcements is empty right now, however you'll see this video appearing here very shortly. We do have a syllabus in this class. Click on the syllabus thing, we can take a quick look at it. Again, Physics 201, this is the standard VCCS description. What are we going to cover? We're going to cover mechanics and wave phenomena, thermodynamics, electricity, magnetism, and modern physics. You'll get that in Physics 202. Student learning objectives, more or less, boils down to I want you to learn some physics, get some critical thinking skills, and hopefully have some fun. Communications, here's my phone number, here's my email, I have office hours, feel free to swing on by at any time. This is an online class, but that doesn't mean that I'm not at all available. My door is always open to swing by for help on problems or anything of that nature, please. Course outline, I've already talked about the hybrid course. Textbook, Giancoli, 7th edition. One thing that you can do in this class if you wanted to save a couple dollars is you can get away with the 6th edition. The content and the chapters all line up identical, and when it comes to the pen and paper homework, where I say work problems 4, 5, and 6, I've actually provided them somewhere on this on the Blackboard site. I'll show you where that is. Laboratory experiments will be coming in labs every Friday. I will provide you with the lab materials when you get in. Homework, there's going to be two types of homework. There's going to be some online multiple choice questions, 10 questions for each chapter, 10 points per homework, so each problem is worth roughly a point. And there's going to be some pen and paper homework assignments that you'll turn in during the labs. When it comes to the online homeworks, it is multiple choice, but you really will need some scratch paper to go through these. Some of these are fairly simple things. Some of these requires some manipulation of equations and numbers in order to reach the correct answer. There'll be 4 tests throughout the semester. You'll see when they are on the syllabus. We'll be talking about 30 multiple choice questions, and there's a time limit of 90 minutes. What this time limit is really doing is it's saying, okay, I'm not watching over you. You can use your book, you can use the internet, but you'll run out of time if you really don't know enough of the physics going on to be able to finish an hour and a half. If you really know what you're doing, you could probably knock it out in less than an hour. Tests are, of course, individual work. You can use, like I said, you can use the internet, you can use the textbook, you can use your notes. Tests are individual work, and you should not work on them with other people. When it comes to the homework and the labs, you certainly, I certainly encourage you to work with other people to solve them. Attendance, we only have a limited number of labs, so please don't miss one. I do them on my own, and it's actually pretty difficult to do some of these labs when there's just one person here. Makeup tests, since you have an open window to take the tests, I don't expect that we'll need to have any makeup tests. When it comes to the labs, essentially just play nice with my equipment. Don't intentionally do something to break anything. And if you're even kind of questionable, hey, should I connect this up and turn the power on? You're looking at it and you're thinking, I'm not entirely certain. Just call me over, and that way we can avoid hurting the equipment, hurting yourself, hurting your lab partners. Academic honesty. This is I need to trust you a little bit with this. Homework. Work on that in groups. Anything that you need to make sure, not that you get the right answer, but that you understand the underlying physics behind it. Tests, however, must be pledged as individual work. I can't look over your shoulder. I don't want to look over the shoulder of 14 people as they take the test, and so I need to accept your pledge that you're taking this test on your own. When it comes to grading, you can see 4 tests worth 60 points each, 40% of your grade. Lab exercises will be 20% of your grade. The online homework, again, that's the multiple choice homework, is worth 20% of your grade. And then the pen and paper homework that you'll turn in during the labs is worth 20% of your grade. You know, standard A is 90 to 100%, B is 80 to 89%, so on and so forth. When it comes to time requirements, you know, we are only meeting for the labs. That doesn't mean you should say, well, I'm only meeting for 3 hours a week, therefore, you know, I shouldn't spend that much time on this class. It really, you really need to treat it such that we do have a 3-hour in-class section as well as a 3-hour out-of-class section on top of that in order to do well in this course. Let's take a quick look at the schedule now. We can see this Friday coming up here, January 16th. The topics is essentially what we're going to be doing in lab on that day. And the Blackboard assignment is going to be also due on this Friday. The pen and paper, this assignment is going to cover Chapter 1. The pen and paper homework is going to be due the following lab, just to give you a little bit of extra time to work on that. And we can kind of see working through here, we cover about a chapter a week. It doesn't sound like much, but going through this course a couple of times, it really is a very fast-paced course. We cover a lot of material in this course. One thing to kind of just keep in the back of your head is that the Chapter 11 and Chapter 12 is kind of a pile up here. By giving you an extra week to get the first homework assignment due, you have 2 homework assignments due on the 1st of May, so just kind of keep that in the back of your head. You're more than free to work ahead. So that's the syllabus. When it also, something I forgot to mention when it comes to the labs is you don't have to do formal lab write-ups that you do in some of the biology and chemistry classes, and I'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes to the actual labs itself. So that's the syllabus. Take a quick look at the course documents. First I'll say, you know, here's a little link on physics resources. It kind of has a whole bunch of places where if you're struggling with a concept, if my lecture didn't work entirely well for you, there's plenty of other places where you can, you know, take a look at a problem being solved or something along that line. I'll call out the Khan Academy, excellent videos for solving problems and so on and so forth. I've been using that as I've relearning some of the concepts of physics that I might have forgotten. So the lectures and the notes, click on that folder right here. You can see I already have chapters 1, 2, and 3 laid out for you. If you click on this lecture video, it'll pop you out to a YouTube window, and you'll be able to watch that. If for some reason you're unable to, if you don't have, say, the internet bandwidth or something like that, then I can give you copies of these in MP4 format, and if you don't have Flash Blocker like I do, then you'd probably be able to play this video right here. So lecture video part 1, lecture video part 2, and then what I have is some worked problems where I say, you know, here's a problem. I've talked about the physics in the lecture. I've introduced all the concepts. Now let's put some rubber to the road and see me solve some problems, see the thought process that I go through, and hopefully between the lecture video and the work problems, that's enough for you to solve the some of these problems. If not, again, working in groups, come to me, ask me any questions, especially the first couple of chapters on mechanics. If you don't get that down, then you just get further and further behind in this course. Attached files is going to be the lecture notes. You watch the videos, these are the slides that I've been talking to, so you know, feel free to use these as a template to take your own notes. So that's all of the course documents that I have here. When it comes to the assignments, I mentioned there's going to be 2 types of homework. There's going to be the online homework, so you can click on this guy, you can see assignment 1, you can see when it's due, and you click on this guy, it says, okay, this is the online homework for chapter 1. You have 2 attempts to solve this guy. Only the last attempt is the one that's going to count. And you can begin the assessment and view it all at once, save it, come back to it. There's no time limits on these assessments. and there's 2 and 3. The pen and paper homework, if you take a look at the syllabus, it shows you the problem numbers that you'll be working for the 7th edition of the book. I forgot to mention that. So Chapter 1, problems 1, 7, 13, and 28. So if you have the 7th edition, just you can feel free to work those problems. Otherwise, you can go here and say, this is going to pop open a PDF. It's going to have Chapter 1's, problem 1, 7, 13, 28, if you are using an older version of the textbook, which can certainly save you some money. So that's the pen and paper homework. My solutions will appear right here as you all turn them in. So that way you can see how I attack things. And last but not least, tests. I don't have the tests up yet. However, this is going to be a review for test 1. It's kind of like a practice exam. It's got 30 questions, just like the real test is going to have. There is no time limits or anything like that on this test. And there is no limit to the number of attempts that you can have to solve this guy. So let's see. Grades, you're probably already familiar with gradebook and everything along those lines. So in short, welcome to the course. I look forward to meeting you all in the lab. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, or stop on by. Thank you.